can I just tell you that I recorded a whole video for 20 minutes and there was no sound. So there's that. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Teal Garcia. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back. It's been a little while. Today we're going to start a project that I wanted to start for a while. I kind of got the idea from, if anybody spends a lot of time on YouTube, there's a lot of people doing like financial audits. So they're digging through people's stuff and they're telling them where they're spending money and what they could do better and you know, all that stuff. I kind of got the idea from there. I want to start doing photography audits. With that being said, I put out a casting for photographers who are in one of two places. Either they're not moving like they want to, their business is not growing, they're not booking what they want, that side of things, or also for people who are maybe in the learning phase and they feel like they might be ready to jump in and be a professional, but they haven't yet. They need like the little nudge. So I'll either tell you to get back on the cliff or dive in. With that being said, everybody that will be featured in these videos wants to be here. I am an honest person. I have been doing photography for 10 years. A lot of anybody that I've ever worked with or mentored, I love that I'm kind of a straight shooter. I do think that you can be honest without being an asshole. Our first one is she's the first one that submitted an application, and I feel bad that it's taken so long. Her name is Roselina. She came to me through an Instagram post that I made. I had her fill out a Google form that I've created. So if you want to be a part of this, I will have the link to the Google form in my description. Roselina has recently changed the name of her business. She went from Capturing Essence to Own Your Journey. I love it. She feels like it's more her. She is based out of Arizona, way on the other side of the valley from me. And then to do these, you don't have to be in Arizona. I would love to do these all over the place. You know, different markets and all kinds of good stuff. You don't have to do any kind of certain photography. Roselina said she's been in business for 2 years and she's just kind of wanting to see what she can do to kind of make things better. I'm just going to read a little bit of what she said. She's looking for feedback and direction. I love that. She's trying to get settled into her new brand. She knows that she needs to be more active on social, so we'll leave that alone. We all do. Everybody could always be more active on social media. She gave me her website, her email, her Instagram. I want to start these by jumping into the website because I think that's going to say a lot about who somebody is as their brand. Okay, so first things first. Your website does not match the name of your business. You still have the old business name as your web address. Your website was really hard to locate. Not like find like, oh, I can't find it, it's lost. It's just such a long web address. And I always think like keeping things short and sweet. I keep things so short and sweet that mine is just my name. It's tealgarcia.com. It used to be tealgarciaphotography.com, but I have even shortened it from that because I just want things to be super short and sweet. You have a Wix site, which I don't really use Wix. I've never really used Wix. I know they have a free site, which is what I'm guessing because you have your business name .wixsite.com, and I never recommend that. I always recommend getting your own website, paying for your own domain. It's so cheap. It's like $50 for the first 3 years on something. Usually if you go, I use GoDaddy. I think that would be the first step, is getting yourself locked in on a website that is just yourbusinessname.com. I do think ownyourownjourney.com is probably not available, and if it is, it's probably really expensive. But just for example, let's see. Okay, so you have Own Your Journey. And then that's your Instagram handle also, is Own Your Journey Studios. So you can do ownyourjourneystudio.com, ownyourjourneystudios.com, and it's a penny for the first year and $43.99 to check out today, and that would get you 3 years, I believe, of your website. It sucks to spend money up front, but it's one of those things that will just make you come across as more professional. Also, your email, anything at Gmail, I get it. It's easy, it's free, but having your own domain also through GoDaddy, again, I think I pay like $60 a year for my custom email address that matches my website. So it could be info@, hello@ book me at, you know, it can be whatever you want it to be, but those small things just instantly make you look more professional than Gmail account, .wix.com, you know what I mean? Just much more professional. With that being said, let's jump into your website. So your website immediately, and I try not to look at things other than like I did make sure I had your website pulled up. I try not to look at too much before I jump in. Like I know you messaged me on Instagram and I did everything I could to not look at your Instagram. So your very first page. There are a few things that I look for on the first page. I've done a lot of website critiques or website audits. Whenever I do mentor sessions, I offer either a portfolio review or a website review, which sometimes it's both. And there's a few things every single time that I tell people that should be on their front page. So the first one is your location. And looking at your first page, I know where you're located because you told me, but I do not know where you're located. If I stumbled across, like let's say you're on Pinterest and somebody used your photo to go directly to your website, there's no location on your website, especially the front page. Very important. Let me see in your About Me. Voice. I love your purple hair. I also don't see your location on your Contact Me. At this point, look at I know where you're at. I know where you're at, but nobody else does. Nobody would know where you were at right now. I would say get that updated. Honestly, your location should be on your front page. Your story, your power, your essence captured. I like that you added the essence. It's your old business name. I love that. Way to kind of keep it cohesive. Let's see. On your main page, you have almost a whole, okay, you do. You have a whole gallery. So if I'm visiting your website, I don't have to go any farther, which some might think that's okay, but you want people to stay on your website for SEO purposes, for Google showing people results. They want to show people a website that they hung around on a little longer. I have no need to go any further, right? I have no need to click on all these beautiful categories that you have on the top because you have it on there. So on your main page, your location, 1 or 2 solid photos, like the things that represent your work the most. Niche it down. The photo that if somebody said, show me 1 picture, maybe 2, but try to narrow it down to 1 picture that screams, this is what I do. This is me in a photo, like a wow photo. Choose that photo and have it on your main screen because that's going to get attention and then they're going to want to poke around some more. So this is individual portraits. Beautiful. Some are definitely stronger than others. So with that being said, some of them look like they might be older. Some of them might, I don't know if that's the case. Some of them look like they might have been when you were learning, and I think you can take those out. So I think that you could dwindle this down a little more because you only want to put on your website what represents your work right now. Not if you shot something 10 years ago that it still represents your work and something you can do today, great. But if not, then scrap it. All right, fantasy portraits. Gorgeous. I love these. I love the clown in the black and white. Gorgeous. This is definitely stronger. This grouping of photos is stronger than that first individual portrait. Couples and family. Beautiful. Okay, same thing. You can tell the quality of some of the photos is different. I don't know if that's, like I said again, an older photo versus a newer photo. If it's an older photo and it doesn't represent what you're going to give somebody right now, get rid of it. Adorable. This one right here, great quality, crispy clear, beautiful colors. And then this one right here, the lighting is a little bit weird. This little girl right here doesn't look as in focus. So to me, like there's nothing wrong with this picture, but to me, this photo looks like something maybe that you took a while ago, maybe just out the gate. And this looks like something that's like newer. You've learned lighting, you've learned everybody's on that same plane, so everybody's in focus. I think this Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think that while that's a great photo, that might not, if it doesn't represent exactly what you're giving right now, then nix it. Okay, empowering boudoir. If you don't want to see this, divert your eyes. I love boudoir. I specialized in boudoir for a long time. Gorgeous, gorgeous. You do really good boudoir. Interesting. So we are going to have a conversation about niching down. I know that people don't like to hear it, but I'm a huge fan of niching down. I'm a huge fan of picking what your strong points are. Your strong points 100% are those fantasy portraits and your boudoir. The family stuff was nice, but like if you were really gonna go hard and be known for something, it would be your fantasy portraits and boudoir. Everybody likes to take family pictures. Family pictures pay the bill sometimes. I'm not saying you can't do family pictures if somebody asks you like, hey, do you do this? But you don't have to focus on it. You can take the focus away, and yeah, fantasy portraits and boudoir. That's where you need to go. Okay, pricing. You have your contact me form up there. Okay, so pricing, I'm not going to get too much into pricing in these videos, and the reason being is I can't tell people what to price things at, right? If you said that you were overwhelmed with bookings versus you wish you had more bookings, we could talk about pricing a little bit, but I think your questions were more about like what should you focus on. Boudoir and your fantasy portraits are fabulous. I think that's where you should focus. But I do think that your pricing it's not crazy, especially for like how newer you are. Like I have nothing to say. I always think everybody could charge more, but I think that you are fine. There's no red flags, nothing crazy. So that is your website. Again, no location. I really want you to narrow down your portfolio on here, especially on that very first page. I need a wow photo. I need a hit me in the face photo. If you do want to show more than one photo on that front screen, I would put maybe like a slideshow, something that if they wanted to, they could kind of click through, but that first photo has got to be your wow photo. Let's go to your Instagram. Again, see your fantasy photos. I think you know that your fantasy photos are the best. See, because that's all you have on here. And then you have like a splash of family. Just a splash. Oh, family. See, it looks like your family stuff is the older stuff. And then that fantasy stuff is newer. I think that's the direction that you need to go. I do have your Facebook too, but I'm going to guess that it's probably about the same. So your Instagram does say that you're Arizona based, but that's the first time that I've seen anything about your location. So get that updated for sure. So I hope that you got something out of this video, Roselina, or anybody else who's watching. If you would like me to do your photography audit, there will be a Google form that you can fill out in the description. I would love to do more of these. I am an open book. Roselina, if you do decide that you want to take my feedback, I would love to do a follow-up video in a little bit of time, maybe a couple months. If anybody has any questions about anything, feel free to leave it in the comments. With that being said, thank you for watching this very first photography audit. That is all I have for today. I will see you later. Bye.